Elimination Chamber. I have nothing clever to say, so that's the best that I could come up with. Yeah, deal with that. And if in case you were deaf and could not hear me, then I'm sorry, I don't have any subtitles for you. But anyways, welcome back to another WWE pay-per-view predictions. 3 weeks after the Royal Rumble. Yeah, we're getting a shitload of pay-per-views these next few months, aren't we? Here. But of course,
I know, right? It's so annoying.
Oh shit! I wish I was alone for this one, but I'm not.
Well, guess what, bitch? You're not. And Charles, you completely fucked up the intro. You could have done like last time on the predictions. Ryan and Ethan faced elimination, and Ryan came out of the chamber victorious, leaving Ethan laying dead on the floor because Ethan kind of died in the closet where we left him. And we're just joking. Of course, he's live and well. But he could not be a part of this one due to school.
Yeah, and he's not going to be with us all the time. I mean, there might...
He'll be the occasional. He'll probably be with us for WrestleMania for sure.
More likely. And...
He'll be with us for the big 4 pay-per-views, pretty much.
Practically.
Or 5, depending.
Speaking of pay-per-views, now,
Shut up.
I'm just saying... Okay, no, I'm not saying what you're thinking what I'm saying, okay? I'm saying Elimination Chamber makes sense at this point to exist, but not Fastlane. Like, what I would have done personally...
But this year, Fastlane will be important.
Oh, well, that is... Oh, yeah.
And we'll get to that point at that certain video.
Yeah, because we're going to show how stupid some people are, and you probably know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So, should we talk about that right now? Or?
But, before that, at the Royal Rumble match, we tied. But earlier in the year, which we did not, I don't think we mentioned in the video, was if both of us, if it was a tie, we would find a way to figure it out. But since our points came differently, from different matches pretty much, I'm giving Charles the win just because he predicted both Rumble winners.
Okay, in case y'all did not...
So even though it should be 1-1, Charles is leading 1-0 because I feel it's right because he got both right. And I'm not switching my vote to Seth or whatever, even though I said Seth. Since Finn won, since Brock won, my bad, Seth was my pick. So since Brock won, Seth was the winner, meaning that I said drew overall. But regardless, Charles won Royal Rumble.
Yay! So
But will it change at the Elimination Chamber? With our 6 matches, 1 on the pre-show, which is fucking pathetic. But before that, I want to go back to what Charles was saying about stupid people.
Okay.
And Charles, why don't you start this?
Okay. I think if you've been following what's been happening, you probably even already know what the hell we're talking about, straight up. But I guess in case for the people who can't follow, on the previous...
This started before Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And the day before, leading up to Survivor Series, you could know what was going to happen at the Royal Rumble. Clear as fucking day.
I think as a matter of fact, me, you, and Ethan all predicted Becky was going to be the hands down winner, and she wasn't even announced for the fucking match. She had to put herself in.
Yeah. I mean, that proves how predictable the Rumble was.
Yeah.
But pretty much what everyone saw coming was Becky was going to win the Rumble. Charlotte's going to work her way into the WrestleMania Triple Threat main event. I will say the way they did it was horrendous. It could have been written a lot better, but people, Becky is still going to be in the main event. This brings me up to Fastlane. At Fastlane, even though she's suspended, there's going to be some bullshit. And they get her to be in a match, Charlotte versus Becky at Fastlane, and it's going to work just like at Elimination Chamber last year with Nia and Asuka. If Nia was to win, she would be added to the Mania match with Charlotte and Asuka. But she didn't, so it was just Asuka-Charlotte at WrestleMania. It's going to work the same way, but Becky's going to beat Charlotte and make it a triple threat match. And another reason why Charlotte's even in the fucking match, it's not because of the name, as so many people think. It's to make Ronda be, quote-unquote, undefeated in her WWE career. So literally, Charlotte's only job in the match is to take the pinfall or to submit to Becky.
Now, it would...
That's it.
Now, it would still count as a defeat. Technically it will, but it...
But not the technical loser, per se.
Yes, and to be honest,
say it all you want, I'll count it's a loss against Ronda. So she's lost a match already in her WWE career. Thanks to Natalya, but that's not her taking the pinfall, it's her teammate.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, it does count as a loss to Wanda, as I do as well, but what I am saying is that Wanda has yet to lose on her part. And the sad thing is, Becky should...
She won her career.
Becky should, and...
Even though I think 100% she should be the one to take the pinfall at Mania.
Exactly, straight up. And the thing is, now here's the stupid part about it, like, people were legit getting mad, but not for what you think. Some people are actually pissed off, like they actually believe Becky is out of WrestleMania entirely. And I'm over here like,
yeah.
Have you ever watched any wrestling in your damn lives?
It's called a storyline, people. And spoiler alert, Becky's gonna be back in the match.
Somehow, someway. Now, I can understand being...
Somehow, someway, Fastlane. Duh, that's why that exists.
Now, I can understand getting mad that it's going to be a triple threat match, more likely. But
no one wanted that.
What I don't understand is that people legit are acting like Becky is completely
Becky's
out.
Fucked, and she's not.
Do you know how storyline works? Like, do you know how writing goes? It's pretty obvious, clear as crystal, Walter White's crystal meth clear, that it's going to be, Becky's going to be back at WrestleMania. More likely because of Fastlane, but if it's not Fastlane, there's going to be a different reason why. It's clear, people.
Yeah.
So please chill the fuck out with that.
Finish?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, just chill. Yeah, it pisses me off too that people don't understand the simple storyline. Anyways, back to the main premise of the video, the predictions. There are surprisingly only 7 matches, but 6 on the main show, 1 being on the pre-show, which is the Cruiserweight Championship. And like usual, pre-shows don't count, but if it was to happen to go on the main show, which I doubt it will be, because it's the fucking Cruiserweight, so no one really gives a fuck about them, to be honest, let's face it.
Yeah.
At least they're on the card, let's say. They won't count, the other 6 will. Perfect pay-per-view is an extra 2 points. And here we go. We're going to start off with the pre-show, which is... before that, we always have our very trusty source of Wikipedia.
Very trustworthy. I got at least a 70 on my reports, all because of Wikipedia. So if you want to get at least a 70, that's the site to go to.
Use Wikipedia. Not sponsored for Wikipedia. Anyways, Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah.
I wrote down Akira, but I'm gonna go with Buddy, just because of one thing Akira said on 205 Live. He referenced Neville.
Oh, did he? When did he do that?
I don't know. I literally just watched a prediction video beforehand, and that's what they said on it, so I'm just trusting them. But that's not the reason I'm saying Buddy Murphy. I think they want to run with Buddy Murphy for a little bit longer. I can see him dropping it at Mania, to be honest, though. So, I don't watch the Cruiserweights, so I don't really care. It's probably the pre-show match anyways. I'm saying Buddy Murphy.
I'm not sure how much longer they're going to ride with Buddy Murphy, but I definitely know it's going to be a bit longer, because I don't think Buddy Murphy has, like, a clear-cut date, as in, like, there's not much of a clarity of where they want to stop with his title reign as of now. So, until, like...
That's the thing about 205 Live. It's a small roster. They really can't change it too frequently because they'll run through everybody.
Yeah. Like, how I believe, like, Cedric Alexander was going to hold the title for a little while longer, but Buddy cut that out, so... I don't think, like...
We all did, didn't we? We both did.
Like, I don't think there's, like, a clear date for Buddy to lose the championship finally, but I have a feeling it's not going to be tonight, so I'm going to be Buddy Murphy on this one, too.
Like I said, I think he's going to drop it at Mania, and that's it.
That could be reasonable, but who the fuck knows?
The SmackDown Tag Team Championship, The Miz and Shane McMahon versus the Usos.
Now, I'm glad that it's not the typical, either the New Day or the Bar.
Funny how you mentioned that. You'll hear my theory for that later.
But anyways, although I wish I could have picked a different team, like I would have picked Sanity or the Good...
Who?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Who the fuck's Sanity? I know Nick...
Who the fuck are the Good Brothers?
But I am happy that the Usos are finally getting another title match. It feels like it's been kind of a while since they actually had even a chance to win the titles.
Title shot?
Yeah. But the thing about the Miz...
But the question is, will they win them here?
Now, Miz and Shane, how long are they going to run them as SmackDown Tag Team Champions?
I have a theory behind this. This is one, I have like 3 matches I want to touch base on and go in depth. This one is, I believe, not as important. It's the middle one because Ronda Ruby is the one I really don't want to really talk about, but I have a little bit of notes there. And then the Elimination Chamber match is surprising, and you'll see why.
Alright, but as for my prediction, as I said, I don't know how long they're going to run the titles, but I do believe that at the very least, the Miz and Shane are going to walk into WrestleMania as champions, because I think, that would be something. So, I'm giving this to Shane and Miz to retain and keep for now.
I am also having the Miz and Shane, but just for one simple reason. This is going to... They've worked their way to becoming a tag team. Their climax was at Royal Rumble when they won the tag team champions. Now, I'm not sure in the story you guys know how there's the rising action, which is Miz is kind of like, let's do this, Shane, we can be the best tag team in the world. You're already the best in the world. On the rest of that, let's form it together to make the best tag team in the world. After that happened, climax, they won at Mania, fuck, not yet. They won at Rumble. Good for them. Now is the falling action in stories. This is where it's going to start to fall apart for them after this match. I'm saying Miz and Shane as well. But I can see them starting to fall apart, lose communication next week on SmackDown. They'll probably lose somehow Miz or Shane will turn on each other at Fastlane when they're in a title defense to lead to a Shane versus Miz Mania match.
So basically, we both get Miz and Shane, but I think
they're gonna drop it next week or next pay-per-view,
which is Fastlane,
or even on a SmackDown.
That too, but I do believe they're gonna be. Well, we have different beliefs on what's gonna happen to them, so I'm not sure how long they're gonna run with this, but I do believe it's going to be lasting at the point of Mania. Maybe a little bit. Will it stop there? Or will they go beyond? I'm not sure, but I do believe they're walking in as champions, so that's it for me.
Next up, this is the match I really like. It's the Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. The new Daniel Bryan versus the phenomenal AJ Styles versus the charismatic Enigma Jeff Hardy versus the Viper Randy Orton versus Samoan Submission Machine Samoa Joe versus Kofi Kingston for some reason.
I mean, they could have picked Rusev, Andrade,
heck, Ty Dillinger,
Shinsuke Nakamura would have even been okay.
R-Truth, Kevin Owens. You get my point. I'm being an idiot now.
But Kofi Kingston, out of all of them.
Holy shit, his gauntlet was phenomenal.
Oh my god.
No pun intended. But when they drawed out to make 3 matches in 10 minutes, that's where the point where, Randy drew the 6th spot in that gauntlet match. And at 8:59, when there was still Randy versus AJ to go, you knew Randy was going to come out of nowhere with the RKO. So Charles, and Randy Orton also got granted 6th entry into the match, which is irrelevant because I do not have him winning. So Charles, who do you prefer? Who do you have for this and why?
Okay, now as I was trying to say, I got to admit, I know Kofi was actually good as a single star. I mean, he was Intercontinental and a United States Champion at one point, but holy shit, Randy won the right to be last. Kofi Kingston deserves the right to be second to last with his performance for this. Holy crap, that was, I would say that is just as good as when Seth Rollins lasted an hour in a gauntlet match, because holy shit, that is some amazing endurance from Kofi Kingston. That was pure and amazing. Like, I think it would have been better, honestly, if he actually did beat AJ. But Randy, of course, just took that to last moment.
Right.
But holy crap, that was... I think this is the show that actually want to push Kofi Kingston as a good single star sometime soon. Like, not exactly break up the New Day, but have Kofi have his own singles run. But, I have said before, I do believe Daniel Bryan is walking into Mania as champion because, as of now, he's kind of like the main SmackDown heel. So I guess they want to have the main SmackDown heel go to WrestleMania as a champion to have, like a hero dethrone him, per se. So, I'm giving this to the new Daniel Bryan.
So now, my prediction. What, Charles, let me ask you this question first. What is one of these predictions without? One of these prediction videos are boring, unless you have a Ryan prediction.
Yeah, I mean, our predictions are usually very different, but this is kind of a predictable show.
Throwback to every AJ Samoa Joe match.
You guys already know what my stance is. AJ's championship has been on way too long. Time for a new champion. Samoa Joe is my pick. So, just based on that logic, Samoa Joe. This is the 4th time these two are going at it. 4th time is usually the one where I win. Samoa Joe. I'm still saying Samoa Joe. I feel like Samoa Joe actually has a very good shot at winning this title now.
That is not who I'm picking this time. I am not picking Daniel Bryan either. I don't have Jeff Hardy winning. Or AJ Styles. I'm shooting myself in the foot with this. Saying Kofi Kingston is going to become the WWE Championship. He's going to become the WWE Champion, not the Championship. I keep fucking doing that.
I mean, ever since his amazing Gauntlet match, and people were actually cheering for Kofi in the audience, I mean, there could be a chance, honestly, and to be...
No. Here, this is what I have. Kofi has Xavier Woods and Big E by his side.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could pull off some shenanigans to get into the
Nope.
cage.
Nope, that's not my thing. Who's beside Daniel Bryan's side?
Eric Rowan. That's about it.
Who's connected to Eric Rowan?
Bray Wyatt. Luke Harper.
That's the guy I was looking
Luke
for.
Harper. Luke Harper. Yeah, my bad.
Harper is injured still. Harper's injured. Here's what I think they could do. My pick is Kofi for this.
Okay.
Kofi and the New Day can start a feud with Bryan and the Bludgeon Brothers, and that can go on a little 3-on-3 match. Have them go back and forth with momentum. In the long run, it kind of makes sense how they can keep the New Day together as a tag team still. And I do think at Fastlane, the New Day will become tag team champions, hopefully, so that all three can have a title going into having all three of them holding a title into WrestleMania, and then have Bryan and the Harper and Rowan as a unit, as the three of them, because that would be phenomenal, to be honest. Their 3-on-3 matches could be amazing on this shit.
I mean, yeah, it could be.
Because Harper's off with an injury. I think he's soon to return. Why not make a return at Elimination Chamber after Kofi wins and give Kofi, no pun intended, but a SmackDown?
I mean, granted, there was a few times where when a tag team, breaks up, and when it becomes a single star...
Well, they're still not going to break up. They're going to let Kofi do his own thing, I think. Like, yeah, you want to do this? Go ahead. But me and Big E and Woods will still be the New Day. And Kofi will still be a part of the New Day. But he won't just be he just won't be in tag team matches. So I do have Kofi winning, just based on the fact, yeah, let him have a little single solo run. Let him be champion for a little while. Doesn't have to be a long, he could drop it even on SmackDown. Or at least give him a week with the title. I would love to see a Kofi Kingston as champion. Will they do it? Probably not, because, the race is underlying the WWE, my bad. Didn't mean that to come out.
Well, fun fact, if Kofi does actually become WWE champion, he will now officially become a Grand Slam champion. So, and, he's been the...
Which is why which I kind of hope is why they do this.
And I mean, he's been in the company long enough. He's been loyal with them, so why not? He deserves it.
Yeah, I have Kofi winning just because I can see more enjoyment out of a New Day versus the new Daniel Bryan Harper Rowan feud. Because if you can have like I said, 3-on-3 would be amazing.
Like, I can imagine actually, like, WrestleMania would actually be Big E and Xavier Woods versus the two Bludgeon Brothers, and then Kofi and Dane will have a rematch for the title. That would be kind of cool, yeah, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking in the long run. This is probably going to be horrible wrong. Charles is probably right with Bryan retaining, but I have Kingston winning.
I mean, that would be cool. I mean,
because there always is a reason why Mustafa's Ali injury is obvious. Was clearly not fake or anything.
I mean, if anything,
this
would definitely be cool, and I think it will be a nice twist. And after his amazing performance in the Gauntlet match, he definitely deserves it.
It really got people thinking, holy shit, he could do it.
I think that will probably be the night people would realize Kofi can hold the big champion. I mean, he always has some skill.
The only thing I think is he's pinned Bryan, which doesn't make me think he really is going to get it. Anyways, next up, for the Raw Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott, a.k.a. the worst match on the card.
Oh, shit, dude. Oh, you mentioned Ronda Rousey, okay? I just fell asleep. Did I fucking miss anything? Oh.
Nope. You know why? We don't even need to go into this. We know who wins because we've talked about it before the match with Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda for Mania.
I mean, okay.
Even if WWE throws us a curveball, Ruby has potential to be a champion. She has the potential. Will she get it here? Fuck no, it's Ronda. This is it. I hope Charles sees it the same way.
I mean, okay, I don't like to try to knock on WWE for being predictable, but this with Ronda's...
Come on. Really? And having Ruby beat Nikki for momentum on Raw? You have a locker room of other females you could use. Natalya and Dana Brooke were obvious options.
I'm about to say this is like, it's just getting too predictable for this time, and like...
So Charles, I'm assuming you have Ronda?
Regrettably, yes. It's just been way too predictable that the only reasonable pay-per-view as of now she can lose this title is at WrestleMania, so...
And that's where it's going to happen, to Becky Lynch.
And I just hope they... Okay, here's the thing. Even if this was a triple threat match, I hope they'll at least make the honor and have Becky actually win the match by doing it to Ronda Rousey. That's the only thing I would like, but...
Right. Actually, now I more think about it, after Charles and his spiel about Ronda and Ruby, because we're still going to go back to the honor rule, like, the declared winner. So if it's, let's say, Akira beats Buddy by disqualification, Akira wins the match, but since Buddy retains, but Akira would still get the point. But that's not going to happen. I'm going to go on a limb and say Ruby's going to win by disqualification, because Charlotte's going to go involved in the match and somehow cost Ronda the match, but not the title.
So you got Ruby for this one, by disqualification.
I have Ruby winning by disqualification, but Ronda's going to retain.
Oh, okay. Ronda winning. Ruby winning. Ronda winning.
Ruby winning, but Ronda will still be champion for Mania.
Okay, like, Ronda will win by disqualification, is what you're saying.
Ruby will win by disqualification, but Ronda will retain her championship.
Okay, gotcha.
So Ruby is the quote-unquote official winner, but Ronda still keeps her title.
Gotcha.
Next up will be a handicap match for the Intercontinental Championship. Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush versus Finn Balor.
Now, this is actually a little bit more interesting to me, because I think I know what they're doing here. They want Finn Balor to actually become the Intercontinental Champion. However, they don't want to make Bobby Lashley look weak at the same time. What I am saying is that, as quite obvious to me, no, Finn is going to want to become the new champion, but he's going to pin it off of Lio Rush. Like, the only kind of realistic way this could happen, honestly. So, that's my pick.
God damn it, Charles. So you have Finn winning?
Yes, I mean, come on.
Damn it, I was hoping that was some nice secret weapon.
I mean, come on, this is kind of predictable. I mean, like, okay, Bobby and Finn.
Yeah, Finn's gonna pin Leo, because they want to make Bobby look unstoppable, and Bobby will probably fucking work his way to, whatever you call it, Universal after Seth.
I mean, it's like, okay, if they had just Bobby and Finn, then okay, maybe this...
Bobby.
It might have been a little bit tough to call. I mean, Finn might still win. Maybe it's a little... I mean, if he can do good against Brock Lesnar, he could do good against Bobby Lashley. But you know, it's like maybe you don't know. But since they add Leo Rush, it's pretty much
obvious it's gonna be Finn.
I'm sorry, Leo, man. I like you, but you made this. But putting you in this match kind of made it obvious he's gonna win the championship off of you. Kind of like on how.
Yep.
Kind of like on how Bobby and Chad became tag team champions by pinning Drew Maverick or whatever his name was. I forgot his name, but he was Drake Maverick. So it's going to be the same thing. I mean, if you were not in this match, this might have been tough for the call. But no, putting you in this match kind of made it obvious. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Next up is a no disqualification match. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin.
At first, this match sounded kind of boring to me.
If it was just a basic singles match, I would say Braun. But I think the fact they added a no disqualification match is going to cause a little fuckery. And I'm going to actually go out on a limb and say Baron Corbin's going to win this.
I mean, yeah, I can understand how you think that's reasonable. But I think, you know, it's quite obvious, but the way I see it, I don't think this is like in a way to you know, have some fuckery happen to where Braun will lose. I think they really want to put out more of the monster in Braun Strowman, and knowing the kind of hell he was.
But WWE doesn't want to push him.
But no.
WWE doesn't want to push Braun.
True, but
Because you saw that with Brock. They kept pulling him out of Brock matches because it's the same old shit over and over. They don't want to push Braun.
But the way I see it, I think this will make them allow Braun to be more destructive around Baron Corbin towards the match. So
you're saying Braun?
I'm saying Braun, but the only reason this is a no DQ is to make him more crazy, to allow him to be more insane towards Baron.
So you're gonna say Braun Strowman's gonna win?
Yeah.
Okay. And that brings us to what will probably be the main event. Tag Team Elimination Chamber match for the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. And oh boy, we have Nia Jax and Tamina versus the Riot Squad versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus the Iconics versus Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Naomi and Carmella. Mandy and Sonya will be entering second. Sasha and Bayley will be entering first because of matches on Raw where Nia Jax and Tamina pinned, I believe it was Tamina who pinned Bayley and Naomi who pinned Mandy on Tuesday. So Charles, who do you have winning the inaugural Tag Team Championship?
I mean, I don't believe it's going to be Bayley and Sasha, for one, because it's got to be way too obvious. I mean, granted, some of these are obvious too, but I think Bayley and Sasha are too obvious, so.
And let me stop you right there, Charles.
Right.
For Bayley and Sasha, they've been best friends, enemies, back and forth, constantly. They're best friends right now. And if I know WWE, they're going to pull some fuckery here. They're going to turn on each other in the chamber and somehow... Or Sasha did nothing on Monday. Bayley did everything. So Sasha's going to cost Bayley at the chamber. So that's why I'm not having Bayley and Sasha. They're entering first too. Like I would like to quote, I called how they were entering first one night. I knew they were I told Charles as well as another group. Bayley and Sasha are gonna they're gonna start the match and or finish it. And sure enough, they are starting it.
Alright. Now, I don't believe this is gonna the winner of this Elimination Chamber is gonna be a Raw team. I think it's gonna be a SmackDown team.
As do I, just because Nia Jax and Tamina, although they do have similarities, I just don't think they have it.
I don't think so either.
I don't want to sound rude and disrespectful here, but they're slow in a way.
Slow moving in the ring is what you're saying.
They're slow in the ring, which can easily lead to counters and stuff.
Alright, good point.
And the Riot Squad, as much as I love them, I don't see them winning. If it was Ruby and one of them, I would say yes, but since it's Liv and Sarah, I don't think so. As much as I love Liv Morgan's crazy, psychotic personality and Sarah's tough country girl, as much as that will help them, I don't think it will help them in the long run. So that's why I'm also thinking it's going to be a SmackDown team. And it's going to be a real SmackDown team. So move over Naomi and Carmella.
Now, I think this could be in a good way for Naomi to get a little, let's just say, revenge. I would not say revenge, but to get her a little bit more.
She had that revenge on Tuesday night, which is pretty obvious that Mandy and Sonya are gonna win.
Pretty much. That was my guess at the first, even before those Raw and SmackDown matches. I just think this is quite obvious that they were going to make Mandy and Sonya to become SmackDown Tag Team Champions because, of course, the Mandy and Naomi rivalry is still hot in action. And since Naomi was the one that pinned Mandy, I think this is
It pretty much just guarantees Naomi and Carmella are not going to be the final. They are going to be one of the first ones out.
I would say this is a good way to psych both Mandy and Naomi out, because not only will Naomi's team be eliminated by Mandy pinning Naomi,
it's gonna be,
but she will.
Mandy's gonna pin Naomi, guaranteed.
And by the end of it, she's gonna be a SmackDown Tag Team Champion, unlike Naomi. So I think they're trying to make this to psych Naomi out. So Mandy and Sonya for me.
I also want to point out something about Mandy. If you guys haven't know, Mandy Rose has always been the first in last year's Rumble. Charles, who was the first woman eliminated last year's Rumble match?
Mandy Rose.
Oh my god, really? What a coincidence. Hey Charles, who was the first woman eliminated at Elimination Chamber last year?
Mandy Rose.
Shocker! Why not keep her being the first of everything? That's also why I'm picking Mandy and Sonya.
That's a good point, but
she has the first of everything. How I see Mandy Rose's career this year is, I honestly think Mandy and Sonya are going to dissolve this year, to be honest. As much as I hate saying that, I can see them ending their teammateship this year, and that will be at a pay-per-view for the defending titles or whatnot. But this will start Mandy's singles career, and by the end of this year, Mandy Rose will be SmackDown Women's Championship. Be the SmackDown Women's Champion. Fuck. So yeah, that's also why I think that Mandy and Sonya are going to win for now. Because they had momentum 2 weeks ago. They lost that momentum this week on SmackDown, which pretty much just proves they're going to win.
Alright, so we both got Mandy and Sonya for this. Yeah.
Yes.
And
so to recap, we both have Buddy Murphy retaining. We both have Miz and Shane retaining. Charles has DB retaining. I have Kofi winning. Charles has Ronda winning. I have Ruby by disqualification. But Ronda will keep her title, obviously. We both have Finn winning. I have Baron Corbin. Charles has Braun. And we both have Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville for the inaugural Tag Team Championships. Anything else you want to add, Charles, for the Elimination Chamber?
Nothing except, I'm going to be honest, okay? Besides...
This pay-per-view is going to suck.
Besides the, I would say, both of the Elimination Chamber matches, and...
There's really nothing to look forward to.
Pretty much. I mean, everything to me just kind of looks like, predictable, It's like this. I have two ways this can end. If it does not end the first way, more likely it will end the second way. And no huge big twists and turns. Like, the only one that I could think of is if they actually end up making Kofi win the Elimination Chamber. But as I said, that's not my prediction. So, yeah,
I will say, this is the first time I'm feeling like Charles might have a clean card. I think Charles has a perfect card, honestly, which scares me.
Well, I'm always scary. That's why I'm always in your nightmares, folks. Lucky you don't know what I look like, because that'll be even scarier.
I think Kofi's gonna fuck me over. I'll be happy if Kofi wins it, though. That'd be amazing, like we said. But anyways, I have been Ryan.
Charles.
Links will be in the description below. My YouTube, my Twitch. I'll not be streaming things because I really don't want to be switching my capture card back and forth between two things, switching settings every day. So I will not be streaming those. We might start doing... My Twitter might be in the description. Don't really know yet. Yeah. I am not looking forward to this pay-per-view pretty much. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, the only matches that as I said, only the Elimination Chamber matches.
Elimination Chambers.
Those are the only 2 matches that really have some substance of interest, at least. So,
yeah. But that is all for this video. Take care, and see you for Fastlane.
And hopefully, we don't get there too fast.
Boo!
I'll be in the corner now. I'll be in the corner now. Until next time.
Yeah, stay there this time, you fuck. Don't take my points anymore. Take care.